Good morning, guys. How are you doing today? I'm super excited because Alan is letting me come along to go find his 3 green tree snakes, which are gold because they're a gold phase common tree snake, but they're called green tree snakes, but they're gold. So I don't know how that makes any sense, but they are green tree snakes, but they're gold. So when you see the gold ones, and if I do call them green tree snakes, I'm sorry.
Open up my mouth, 'cause I'm afraid of what's gonna come out.
But some exciting news before then. Last night I stripped 3 hongi females of their eggs. Well, not of their eggs, because I left 2 of them in there for quite a while just to see how they would do and see what the numbers were like on them. So I'll show you them very quickly, and then we will head off and go and see Alan. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. We're going to head off to, well, I'm going to go to Bunnings. I don't think I'm going to film in there. For those of you who aren't in Australia, Bunnings is our local hardware store. I need to pick up some more globes because I've run out of them for the snakes, because you can just buy heat globes and not have to pay $60 from a pet store. But I'll go over that in another video one day, probably. So, let's go and find Mr. Alan. So we made it here to Alan's house, Mr. Water Python Man. And at the first sign of this guy's house, you can definitely tell there is somebody with reptiles here. Have a look at this mess.
She's actually eating really well now. We'll give her a quick feed.
Oh, no way.
And that's even with the injury.
So that was really weird. I was trying to record this thing and there was a little baby stick insect on this light. But yeah, quick story about that little girl is she was in such bad condition. She was actually surrendered to somebody, and then that somebody has passed her on to Alan to look after. So it's pretty sad that something like that would end up in that kind of condition. Like, it's not, it's such a big lizard that they're not, it's not a small commitment to make. They're also expensive. They're also hard to get on a license. So, yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but apparently one of the other ones that it was with attacked it, almost lost its tail. It's missing part of its jaw. And the guy that it was surrendered to was struggling to feed it even with a syringe. So syringe feeding minced up food to this thing and it wouldn't eat. That's how bad it was. Absolute stick. And yeah, it's really sad. But now you'll see in these videos that she is eating quite well. And believe it or not, she's still very skinny. But she was skinnier when Alan first got her. So yeah, if you are going to get something like this, just make sure you put some thought into housing and look after it, because it's pretty sad. And I know people make mistakes, I get that, but that's, you know, it's heartbreaking when you see something like that. But yeah, alright, let's get on with the video.
Sure who's the one making the decisions. Wake up, scream. I'm in a twisted reality.
we made it down to the Qantas Freights area to pick up the snakes. They haven't arrived yet, but they will almost be here because we did get here a little bit early. Alan went in there, I stayed out here. So Alan booked an appointment because you have to make an appointment for quarantine so that they know that there's somebody available to look out for them. But there's definitely one thing that almost caught us out this time, but Alan got onto it super quick. The quarantine place shuts at 5, I think, 5 or 4:30, whatever, I don't know, you have to look that up yourself. And the original plane that they were going to be on today was going to come in at 5:10, which means that at 5:10 they're going to stay here overnight, which means that nobody's going to be looking after them until we come and get them tomorrow, or you come and get them, or whoever's picking them up goes to get them the next day. So that is definitely something to keep in mind when importing any pet, but with the reptiles, you know, they'll survive the cold, but if it's a hot day, you might not be so lucky. Also, it causes a lot of stress, so it's just easier to get onto it. So Alan made it so they would stop at Alice Springs and then come over instead of having a direct flight, which left a little bit later in the day. So they did get on 2 flights, but they got here a lot quicker, so they're here now, or supposed to be here now. But anyway, we're gonna go see if we can find them.
I'm hearing voices, I'm seeing visions. I'm not sure who's the one making the decisions.
So we've got the snakes from the quarantine, and now we've got to take them to the depot office and get them all signed off. So they do a secondary check, chuck them on your license, and what else? That's it.
Yeah, good to go.
And then we're gonna head out, and then we're just gonna play with them for the rest of the day. But don't walk on the grass. Not walking on the grass. So we managed to make it down to the depot office, and now we're just gonna go in there and they check off the snakes and put them onto WA licenses, because these guys did come from the Northern Territory.
Now, wait, get a bit.
So as per usual, Alan's gone and got us lost again. So he doesn't even know where he's going.
That's what I'm good at.
So we just left the depot office. They have shifted, so it turns out Alan did know where he was going, but they've just recently moved. There was absolutely nothing in the building, and we were the first ones in their new inspection room, which is pretty cool because we broke the virginity. It was the first snake, first animal, first anything in there. They didn't even have a table in there when we got there, so note that down on your notepad. That was me and this guy right here. First, number 1. And now we're just gonna go off and continue the rest of the day, see where that takes us. So we're gonna end the day where we started. Unfortunately, I don't get to keep these awesome snakes. They are for other people. They're a category above mine. They're a category 4 snake, which is a pain in the butt. But I will have my category 4 soon. And then straight after that, I'm going to try my hardest to get my cat 5 as soon as I possibly can. And then move on to some big snakes, like one of the olive pythons that I got to play with on the venomous snake handling course that I did yesterday. So it's been quite a snaky week this week. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you guys enjoyed looking at those snakes. The camera does not do them justice. They are so much prettier in real life, but usually that's what you get with photos. I would really like to see somebody take some good photos of these snakes, and it might have to happen. I'll try and con Alan into doing it. And so yeah, you guys take it easy, and remember, you can't fail if you try. See you later, and stay awesome.